Okay, didn't mean to get cut off there. I had a friend calling. Um, like I was saying, the first 2 weeks of this cycle, basically 2 weeks before this video, before this moon being full, has definitely been a very emotional time. We've had a lot of different water energies at play. Venus in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer. We've had two very different orientations. And Neptune and Pisces, two very different directions, essentially, taking us. Water energies are the more reflective, the more introverted, the more passive energies in our lives. And we all have them in some, respect. Whether we have all fire and earth and air signs in our chart or not, we all are influenced by these energies. Just as, we can't escape no matter what our birth chart is dominated by energetically, we can't escape the fact that we are all influenced by the moon, by Neptune, by Mars, by Pluto, by these planets that give us this side to ourselves that we see as water, again, which is very subconscious, very intuitive, very irrational, like I was saying. Goodness, so for the last 2 weeks, we've been experiencing some pretty deep depths. Venus in Scorpio, conjunct Saturn in Scorpio. We've been delving into the deepest depths of our unconsciousness and been airing out stuff that's been needed to air out. The way I see Venus in Scorpio, at its challenge, its challenging manifestation, it's what we need to overcome to get to the highest part of it, is very much a marsh. There's we've all been experiencing this all throughout the world. Emotionally, we've been challenged to go into those parts of ourselves that are very much haven't seen light of day for a long time. Those old hurts, those old grudges that still affect us, that still inspire anger or frustration or whatever. It's now is the time to figure this all out. Especially since we've been having Venus and Saturn square Mars and Leo. So we've been challenged to really shine light on those challenging aspects of our emotions and our pasts and just ourselves, our deepest subconscious, what it means, oh goodness, it's there's so much emotional healing going on right now. Especially since we've got Chiron trine Venus in Scorpio, let alone Neptune in there too. So it's a lot of spiritual healing too. It's healing on a grand scale of the self, So it's not just healing a past wound. It's healing a past wound and understanding how to make the most of it and then contribute something to the world around us and to the universe. To put things in better order, to make things healthier. It is challenging though. It truly is. For the first 2 weeks, again 2 weeks from the making of this video, we've been really challenged to get our water state of being, our emotional subconscious health into order. And for the next 3 weeks or so with this Venus and Scorpio transit, we're going to be going deeper and deeper and deeper. And the full moon that's happening right now is going to be really instrumental and really helpful to navigate these really tricky psychological parts of ourselves that very often have deep roots. I mean, Venus in Scorpio conjunct Saturn in Scorpio with the North Node, we're tackling stuff that goes beyond this life, that goes very deep in our being, And yeah, so you might want to, and me too, actually, might want to refer back to this video for the next 2 weeks, because this is just the height of the cycle. This is the same cycle, though, that we'll be experiencing for the next 2 weeks or so. To kind of understand what this full moon means. The full moon very much encapsulates both the first and the last part of the cycle. Granted, the last part of the cycle builds on what the full moon, what happens during that day, really the 3 days in which the full moon is affecting us energetically. Basically, the day of the full moon, so tomorrow on the Pacific coast, about 4 a.m., and also today, and then the day after. But goodness, this is really challenging, especially for women. I found is because Venus is one of the feminine planets. You know, it's the planet that energetically gives form, gives meaning, purpose to women on Earth, and of course everyone's feminine sides as well, man or woman. So to be in Venus and Scorpio and conjunct Saturn, it's a very emotional time. I mean, intensely emotional. I've seen reactions to this energy of outright hostility and anger and violence. I've seen some pretty tragic events happening, including death recently. These are challenging energies, to be sure. And to make the most of them, we have to face them head on. We can't run from them. We can't greet them with fear. We have to really go deep within ourselves and find what we're looking for. Whether it's truth. Hell, I mean, we're all looking for truth, right? For whatever it is that we need, we have to look deep, deep, deep within ourselves. And deep within others, you know? I mean, ourselves first, but if others react to us in a certain way or act towards us in a certain way, it's really crucial that we